and I am a practicing artist. And once upon a time, I was a dancer. So this is the beginning of my this is the intro into my arts career. I danced at the Houston Ballet Academy, and this was the first time I got to see people of color in different roles, and it was a wonderful experience to just kind of explore. I didn't think that I had the gusto to be an actual artist, so after high school, I decided to study human resources at York University, and after I completed my education, my dad encouraged me to apply to OCAD, so that's what I did. I got in, and I started this wonderful journey. I studied photography and integrated media, and this body of work, part of a complete breakfast, is when I really started to kind of explore and break down themes in my work. So I visited Jamaica, I went on a resort, and I was really turned off by the costumes that the maids had to wear, or the people had to wear. So I created this 2-channel video exploring the history of imagery, which led to my thesis body of work, Prefix, not to be confused with the gallery, Prefix, and publication. Themes that I was exploring, I was looking at retelling my origin story. So looking at colonization, colonialism, British rule in South America, Black bodies, notions of beauty, and feminism. During my 4th year, I took this wonderful class called INTAC, International Art Collaboration, which is featured in PhotoED in the magazine you have today, which is awesome. So essentially, it was my first international show, getting to collaborate with 8 different universities around the world, which was a fantastic experience. While I was traveling that year, I went to Iceland. For You, I Have So Many Words is a series that explores how small we are as humans and the impact that we can potentially have on the world or do have on the world. So just looking at scale, I was really interested in, just highlighting landscapes. I went to Lebanon that same year in 2016. So this series is called Sahar, which in Arabic means magic. And that's exactly the feeling that I got when I was in that space. The people are warm, friendly, welcoming, and so is the landscape. And it was kind of demystifying stories that we hear in the West about these spaces. That year, I showed at a Contact Photography Festival with some of the people that I graduated with in my thesis year and some of the people that I traveled with in Finland, so that was a really wonderful experience. My friend Antonio made these posters, and he continues to help me make posters for a lot of the shows that I'm in, so it's great to still be connected to that community. OCAD, I'm still a part of the community here at OCAD. I work in the Center for Emerging Artists and Designers, and the way that I got kind of into the center was they had this career launcher opportunity. So I applied for that with my thesis body of work, was the award recipient for that, and was able to create my own body of work. So this was my solo body of work exhibition called Billie Said Strange Fruit. The series is inspired by lyrics from a song. The Black Lives Matter movement, my uncle, who's a former Black Panther, Black bodies in the photography canon, or lack thereof, or these stories of Black bodies, of disenfranchised bodies. Through this work, I got to show in CBC Arts, This Art Works, created by Madeleine Hey, in the audience there. So this was a really great opportunity, getting to share this story in a different platform, in a different medium, so that was wonderful. I really wanted to stay connected to the arts, so I was looking for ways to do that outside of the institution. I became involved in Gallery 44. I showed my work in Studio 66 in a gallery in Ottawa. They are very supportive of emerging artists. And I started to look out for things that were supported by CARFAC in terms of exhibitions. I was able to present my this is a little bit about failure. So I applied for Black Flash Magazine's Optic Nerve. I didn't get the grand prize, but I did get an honorable mention with the work that I did with Billie Said Strange Fruit. So I was really proud of that moment. Just catch up on my slides here. I want to give a shout out to Jen Long, who's in the back there, my thesis advisor, dear friend, and art mom. Very, very supportive. She's part of the Feminist Photography Network, and I had the opportunity to show twice. My photograph is on their About page, so that was a wonderful experience. I showed it in Gender in the Lens both the first time and the second time around. I continue to show work and create work. This is a body of work that was created for the CEAD, or in conjunction conjunction with the CEAD, with the Tridel project and the STEPS initiative. I'm now a patch artist, so my hope is to engage with young people to encourage them to pick up the arts, essentially. I had the opportunity to visit Guyana, where my family is from, and so this is a work in progress body of work that I'm creating called Life Along the Demerara. The title might change, but we'll go with it. The themes that I'm looking at are coconut, and some other things involved with colonization. I created a body of work when I visited Mexico this past spring called Perdido en mis sueños, so Lost in My Dreams. It's a series that looks at tourist culture through the preservation of Mayan culture and how we, as Westerners, interact with that space. I'm still heavily involved with INTAC. Oh, the title's not there. That's okay. So I had the opportunity to go to South Korea this past spring with the new cohort for INTAC, and always looking to create new work. So that was a really fantastic time spent with a new group of people. We had 2 exhibitions there, and this is a portion of the body of work that I'm creating there. It's still untitled, but again, I'm looking at kind of tourist culture, but tourist within, so locals who are tourists in their own country and what that kind of looks like. So just kind of exploring, speaking to new people. When I first started to photograph things, I had the lens focused on myself, and now I get to interact with more people, so that's kind of exciting. And through the trajectory of my career as an artist, I'd like to do a little bit more outreach and workshops. So I've been partnered with Koffler, and that's something that I will be continuing to do in the future. And that's pretty much all I got to say tonight. Thank you.